Hey guys, Matt and Kurt here. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Iron Man 3.
So if you haven't seen it, there's massive spoilers ahead, so stop watching now. So let's just begin with some general impressions. So what did you think of the movie?
I actually really liked it. It was a really fun movie. Very original fight scenes, good story, good comic relief. What did you think?
I thought it was an overall great movie. It did comedy so well, and I was just laughing my ass off the entire time almost. They just had comedy at the exact right times too.
Jumping into specifics though, one thing I liked was AIM was the bad guy. We had Aldrich Killen and the Extremis virus. I thought it was kind of like a cool way to tie that into the comics.
Yeah, because you saw that in the first Iron Man arc, it was all about Extremis. I'm sure that was on purpose to help tie it in with the movie a little bit more. And it was a little bit of a nod more towards the older iteration of Extremis, where when people used it, they used it to get fire breathing and all these, fiery powers.
I think it was a simple enough adversary to fight for the average viewer, but still a way that will excite comic book fans.
It was smartly done, and Maya actually had a little bit more of a
Villainous role, I guess you would say.
yeah. She really used AIM to do, get what she wanted, but AIM was doing nefarious things with her product, and she was fine with that initially.
Yeah, I didn't like her character too much, but I guess I was okay with her. I do like how now in the Marvel movie universe, AIM can now just be a bad guy that pops up, like maybe at the beginning of Avengers 2, they're just like beating on some AIM splinter group. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good that they have established them as a big presence.
Although I do wish in this movie they would have had like the AIM yellow bee suit uniforms. Maybe not like for everybody, but if they just would have had like one as just like a way to give a nod to comic book fans.
The villain that was really headlined initially for the movie's premiere was the Mandarin, and what do you think of him?
I was actually really disappointed because Mandarin is one of my favorite villains. I like him with his Mandarin rings, although I guess that doesn't really flow with the whole like kind of story the movies have set up. Yeah, I don't know how they deal with magic.
Yeah, that seems to be all Thor, not Iron Man.
So I think I was a little disappointed that he just turned out to be an actor at the end.
I actually really liked it because I went in expecting Mandarin, but it turned out to be AIM was the real bad guy, so it was kind of a twist and it wasn't what I was expecting. And for a comic movie where you kind of have an idea what everything's going to be like, it's nice that when it's a little bit of a
But what if like
curveball.
in the Man of Steel movie, like General Zod just turned out to be like, oh, he's not really Kryptonian, he's just human all along, it's all a trick. That would piss you off.
I think it depends on how big of a twist it is or how much they change the character. I'm okay with it because in comics you see it all the time. There's different universes with different things, and this is a different universe than 616. So I'm fine with it in that way.
But you're changing a fundamental character. I think that was maybe what annoyed me the most. It was still a good movie, and it was still kind of a funny twist. So
Ben Kingsley did a great job.
Yeah, because he's an incredible actor. But we already knew that. We also saw a lot of Tony Stark as well. He's kind of gone through a transformation since Iron Man 1. He even has like a great quote at the end how like he was basically just in hibernation, almost in a cocoon, and now he's like bursting out of it. He's something more.
The 1, 2, and 3 seem to be like a complete trilogy for Iron Man, where he's gone through a lot of character growth. At the beginning of Iron Man 1, he gets the shrapnel in his chest. At the end of Iron Man 3, he gets it pulled out. And so he's a brand new man almost. He's giving up that part of him.
I also kind of liked how he kind of post-traumatic stress from the Avengers movie. Like when he was like, man, I basically went through a wormhole. It's like, I'm struggling understanding all of this.
Yeah.
And that really bugs him. And I could see how that would rattle you. But I'm glad that he was able to move past it. And I kind of liked how he blew up all his suits, so we can expect a brand new suit in the next Avengers movie.
That was one of the cool things about this movie. We just saw so many suits, and they were just had all these like different parts of them. Like one's bigger, one's smaller. The one that assembles on them. It was pretty cool. But seeing a new suit, that would be cool as well.
If there was another minor criticism I have for the movie, it's got to be the post-credit scene. It's basically just Tony Stark talking to Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner is like acting sort of like a therapist, which I thought was just kind of dumb. It didn't really get me excited for Avengers 2.
It kind of tied in with this movie because Tony Stark was narrating the events that happened, and so he's narrating them to Bruce Banner. And so at the very end, having more comedy is fine with me.
So as a grade for Iron Man number 3, what would you give it though?
I'd give it a 4 out of 5. It was such a fun movie, and I'm really curious where they take Iron Man from here. I don't know if another Iron Man movie is slated, but we're definitely going to see him in Avengers too, so looking forward to that.
I'd give this movie a 4 out of 5 as well. It's definitely worth seeing in theaters, 3D as well. I think what I liked most about it is just how fresh it still is. This has been like the 4th Iron Man movie, if you count the Avengers, in like 5 years. So we should be getting tired of it by now, but I'm not, and I'm probably going to go see it again.
But we'd like to hear your thoughts about the movie as well, so leave them in the comments below.